Yeah, what would you want?
I was thinking that a muffle, the thing. I was just, we'll keep it near.
Yeah.
But we got it, yeah, so the wind should be good. All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praise, honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, and Chakodash. We'd also like to give double honors to our elders and apostles at Great Millstone that do well. And we'd like to say peace and salutations to the Lord's elect. All right, the house of David, Bayaf Dawadah. All right, the hopeful elect, the 1/3. To you we say shalom. And ultimately that's the predestinated. This truth is only, get John 15 and 16, please. This truth is only for the predestinated. All right, if you didn't know, we are the true biblical Hebrew Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and those scattered abroad according to the diaspora. And if your spirit bears witness with this truth, all right, this 100% truth, that's because you are a child of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, okay? So, yeah, ultimately the message, the gospel, the good news is for that broken, contrite spirit, all right? The Israelites waiting to be delivered, waiting to go home, but on the journey to get there, there's a lot of ups and downs, a lot of stumbling blocks that we have to warn you about, in particular, mandatory prophecies that have to take place. So this is the narrative right now, all right? So let's read that real quick.
This is the book of John, chapter 15 and verse 16. I'm sorry, 15 verse 16. It says, "Ye have not chosen me."
Right, so this is red letter.
Right.
So Yahweh Shai, all right, unbeknownst to the world, even when I was in the world, I had a so-called spiritual birthday. Is where when you get baptized, they give you that date.
Yeah.
So I used to keep it in my wallet. But even in the world, people will say, I chose Jesus on August 19th.
Yep.
No, you don't get to choose, which proves there's no free will. Can we get Proverbs 20 and 24, please? I'll hold that, Santo, brother. I'll get it going. Thank you, Tawada. Let's read that from the top again, Proverbs 20 and 24.
This is the book of John 15 and verse 16.
Better get you some.
It says, ye have not chosen me.
See, we can't choose. We've been chosen.
Right.
And there's something in our spirit, that you feel. Even on the way up here, we were talking about how, these people aren't gods. So they're content with dinosaur barbecue, sitting in the back of their truck, eating some ribs and rice. They're content with Christmas. They're content with just getting married. They're content with just having a baby boy, okay? They're content with flesh. They're content with being in the flesh.
That's right. That's right, bro. And that's what 1 John 2 talks about, 1 John 2 and 15.
Yeah, that's all social media is.
Yeah.
All social media is the lust of the eyes, okay? Lately, look, hey, I'm a man. I could spot a fine woman. But lately, when I've been seeing a fine woman and she's showcasing the leggings up her ass and she's frolicking, that I put not interested.
Yeah.
Because that pisses me off. Because we can't be in the flesh here in captivity. That's where you die. The flesh is corruption, man. So we're constantly fighting against this flesh, So shit like that is not conducive to a man looking for Yahweh Shai,
And it reads, I have chosen you.
And a lot of shit needs to just be private.
Yeah.
You could do that with me in the privacy of home. You know what I'm saying? But too much what's supposed to be private is now public.
Yeah.
All right? And it's disgusting, man.
Yeah.
But there's not an outcry. And Esau, with the flesh, has idolized a woman. Because I was listening to Elder Pastar's video, and it was going into about the dowry, when you take that woman, and then now another man ain't gonna want that woman because she's already been broken into.
Right.
But in this side, in this culture, in the Western world of what you know as America, which is Babylon the Great, on this side, men like women that other men have. So now she becomes idolized.
That's right.
That's disgusting, man.
Right. And it goes on to say, I have chosen you and ordained you.
Yeah, so we've been ordained.
Right.
So we've been ordained. That's why Yahweh Shai said, I thank the Father that he revealed it to babes and not to the wise of the world.
That's right.
So this is a blessing, man. Because I did a lesson earlier. I just happened to come across that adulterer, that little baby Pastor Dow. That's a boy, man. Okay? See, I'm a young man, right? I'm a young man. I'm in my late 30s. You ain't know, you know what I mean? But I'm in my late 30s. So you got older men than me carnally, but we can see in the spirit they're younger.
Yep.
Okay? So I was clicking through. I'm surfing the web. I'm peeking my head in. I'm looking at shit. And I happened to come across Pastor Dow, and he's talking about so-called Israelites. And I got like 3-4 minutes in, and I said, why is he even talking? If you're not a prophet, you shouldn't even be speaking. Ecclesiastes 5 says you give the sacrifice of fools. Right. In the Hebrew Israelite world now, there's too many fucking fools speaking. Too many foolish vessels. And women too, you know?
That's right. That's
what
why,
what you can say.
That's why it says whose mouths must be stopped.
Thank you.
You know, because everything that come out of these guys' mouths is nothing but abominations and just, vain jangling.
It don't need to be heard.
For real.
We don't need to hear you, man. What you got, Kratazeba?
This is 1 Peter 3:3 and 4. And it reads, whose adorning let it not be that outward adorning of plaiting of the hair and of wearing of gold or putting on of apparel.
Start up. Yeah.
Again first.
1 Peter 3. Yeah, you might want to start up just a little, get the context. You know?
Yeah, start with 1.
There you go. False prophets, right? Is that going into false prophets?
I think that's 2 Peter's.
Okay.
Yep.
You got it, though.
Get that actually.
All right.
Likewise.
Called it up, brother? Yep.
This is the book of 1 Peter, chapter 3. Start at the top 1.
There we go.
Likewise, ye wives, be in subjection to your own husbands.
So now you're getting the context. Keep going. You're bringing it out because of the woman we were talking about?
Yes.
Yep. All right.
That if any not obey the word, they also may without the word be won by the conversation of the wives, while they behold your chaste conversation coupled with fear.
Yeah, this whole thing, it should be coupled with fear. You know, we understand that there are beloved sisters that are going to be awoken as well. Mary Magdalene, that's a beautiful thing. But what we're involved in, it's so wicked that the majority is off. That's why it always goes into the lump.
Yeah.
A little leaven the whole. So we're feast on unleavened bread. We are constantly outing leaven. You know, we're constantly outing leaven. So you got to be careful. You got to be aware. You got to really make sure that you are governing your own self to be an acceptable living sacrifice to the Lord. The Lord don't like no loudmouth nigga woman.
Hell no.
The Lord don't like no thick-necked, bald-headed nigga, man. You know? He has a specific requirement. That's why in the time of the temple, even Aaron's sons got put to death for lighting the wrong incense.
Yep.
That's why you got to be careful in making sure you're listening. Because if you don't got ears to hear, you could fucking die. You could actually die, man.
Whose adorning let it not be that outward adorning.
And that's one thing IUIC pushes, is an outward adorning for a sisterhood to get you. You know? Now they did pop balloon challenges. They're so worldly.
Wow.
It's not even funny, man. And you know what's been heavy on my spirit? Freemasons within the Israelite so-called world. Freemasons. You know, when you look at IUIC and when you look at Masons, their tenets are damn near the same. Brotherhood, marriage, a supreme God. And then you got this little individual, Deacon Akah, who now he models his new organization called Genesis, the G, like in the Masons, and he says big G, not the little one. And what's in front of the Mason? A big G. So one has to ask themselves, could these guys be set up? Now, Acts 5 gives us the insight how the Holy Spirit works. I don't have physical proof, but what I will say is, I was talking to myself, I said, the mere fact that you making me question if you might be, that's bad enough.
Yeah.
That's like, if I got a woman and you make me question if you committed adultery, that right there is an offense. You are not supposed to be representing or showcasing any appearance of evil. Mm-hmm. And these camps are showing you evil, Illuminati confirmed activity, man. Yeah. You got to really look at what it is. That happened at One West. That happened in Jerusalem. That happened in the time of the Maccabees, where they literally made a covenant. Isaiah said it's a covenant of death. And guess what? The devil getting ready to come calling, man. That's why with all these Israelite camps back in the 90s when they got raided, it was always by the Federal Bureau of Investigation. It wasn't the state police, because you weren't breaking state laws, you were breaking federal laws. Keep going. I forgot it's fucking Queen of Heaven month.
Oh,
and
yeah.
that which is not coupled, even the ornament of a meek and quiet spirit,
Yep.
which is in the sight of the Most High of great price.
That's it. All right, where are we at? You got John 15 still?
Yeah.
Proverbs 20 and 21, but did you have a precept?
Yeah.
You get that, false prophets.
Got you.
And then we could skip that. I could quote it, Proverbs 20, 24, just to precept it with John 15, man's goings of the Lord. That's why we've been chosen. You know what I mean? So it's all good.
Okay.
Let's jump into the meat of the matter.
Got you. I got a couple precepts.
Perfect.
Real quick, can I get this first
Please,
one?
please,
This
brother.
is 2 Timothy.
I'm out here just like y'all.
Right.
I'm out here.
We outside.
I'm just
Right,
trying to
we
make it with
outside.
you, bro. I ain't nothing.
Yeah.
You know? You got it, brother.
And like you just said, bro, and that's one thing too. Like we just out here, but we're doing the will of Yahweh Shema Shai, and that's it. No gimmicks. You know what I'm saying? No extra, lame shit, man. Because guys like that like the Holy Spirit. That's why they're doing things like that to fill in that void.
Yep.
Yep,
Yep, because they're not men.
exactly.
They're boys.
2 Timothy 3 and verse 5, and it says, having a form of godliness.
That Queen of Heaven demon is gonna leave the room as soon as the lights go off.
That's right.
That whole Queen of Heaven, woman, strong sister, Sasha, fierce spirit.
Yeah.
That shit gonna vanquish soon.
Yeah.
Because we're back at our old stomping grounds, which really is a grove to Queen of Heaven. We're denouncing that demon, But we had to leave because they were fucking having a riot
Yeah.
over here because it's so-called St. Patrick's Day. So the prophets, the hopeful elect, is so we have to hide just to teach.
Yeah. 2 Timothy 3, but also says that we're in a secret place. So that's
Exactly.
beautiful at the same time.
Exactly.
2 Timothy 3 and verse 5, it says, having a form of godliness.
That's what these guys have. And one thing, if you notice the same track record with them, is they all have a brand. They all have a logo. They all have almost like a LLC, like they've turned a Hebrew Israelite camp into a literal business.
Yeah.
When the scriptures say we're about our Father's business, but we're about our Father's business spiritually, not carnally. So now these guys, they've actually are snared now because they came back to their nationality, but it's funded by the enemy.
Yeah. Right.
The whole fucking fleet of demons left. Call all y'all Bashmashai.
The wicked, man.
Yep. Because I tell you what, if we weren't here, they would have stayed a lot longer.
Hell yeah.
They would have stayed a lot longer.
Yeah, man. And it reads,
And we're not even looking for trouble. Let me say that. That's why we way over here. We over here, we not even on the path. If they go, they sit, they eat, whatever they worship. But we're over here. It's a spiritual thing. Okay? Which further proves that these people, as we know, they're beneath us, but not just carnally, spiritually. And that's another thing, these Israelite t-shirt fringe camps, they don't push the spiritual excellency that we've been given, designed to us in the spirit.
Yeah.
They don't push that on you, man, because they're carnalites.
right. And it reads 2 Timothy 3 and 5, having a form of godliness.
T-shirt, fringes, con,
Yep.
Passover, big G, not the little one, Then you had your profane priest
Yep.
at the Sakari Passover. You had an unclean priest hugging up on, touching on everybody. When you unclean, you're not even supposed to touch no one.
Yeah.
Like you had sex, you're not even supposed to be going up to a brother. Yeah, without shalom. No, you unclean. This is a lot of, what's been having my spirit is self-examining to make sure my spirit's clean. You have to make sure you're spiritually clean. This body is shit, so you already got to deal with it, but where's your spirit at? And as Satan was messing with me today, I just thanked the Father through the Son because I said that proves sobriety in the spirit because I'm still fighting.
Yeah. That's right.
Unlike his ass, man.
That's right. And it reads, but denying the power thereof.
And you know how they do it? By denying the men. Because, and I want to keep pushing that, if you're not a prophet, you shouldn't have your mouth open. If it's just like you're giving medical, I can't even say that word,
Right.
but you're giving advice. And there's a scripture that says if you don't know, you're not supposed to tell your neighbor. So you got a lot of jakes that are not prophets, but are trying to answer a prophetic question when they ain't been prophesied to do so. If you're not a prophet, you shouldn't be speaking.
And it reads, that's why it says, whose mouths must be stopped.
There it is. Exactly.
And it says, but denying the power thereof, from such turn away. For of this sort are they which creep into houses and lead captive silly women laden with sins.
Yep. And that's a lot of these guys, that's a sales pitch. Because if you look at, I put it to you like this: you don't even know what a sister that follows Great Millstone. 9 times out of 10, you don't even see her face. You don't even see her. You don't have access to her. She's put to the side. More than likely, she's preserved for a man of the Lord. Because we're going to tell even the sisters straight up, we may not be together, but we're going to let you know you're going to be with a man of the Lord. But with the other camps, they show them. They're sitting there. They're in the beach. We joke, but they're in the beach chair. They do little questionnaires because they all want you. So they're using these silly women to gain more souls, man. So they could bring your ass to the depths of hell with them, you know, to the grave.
Yeah.
It says they're as graves, but appear not.
Right.
Here you go.
And it reads, 2 Timothy 3:6, and lead captive silly women.
And they're silly, so that's why they get on Instagram. That's why they say shalom, you know? That's why they do those stupid ass TikTok trends. All that corny shit that comes along with the world, you use a woman to keep it inflamed.
Yeah.
You use a woman as fuel. So really, when you have a lot of women, you're showing you're of the world.
Yeah.
This is a holy congregation here. You know, I was thinking about that Passover, like how many women they brought that were unclean or on their cycle.
Yeah.
You know?
And it reads, laden with sins, led away with divers lusts.
Yep. A lot of lust is what's controlling the daily or weekly events that they have. Let's have a barbecue. That's lust. You in the flesh.
Yeah.
You thinking about food? You know what I mean? Because you really got to start looking at yourself when you think carnally. When you worry, you're being carnal. Okay? When you see that you don't got a certain amount of money, that really you're being carnal. We get it. You got to save, budget, certain thing. But when you start worrying past that day, you're being carnal. You got to be more spiritual. You got to start analyzing what the Lord is going to do for you in the spirit and not what's being done for you carnally. That's why it says a man is saved by hope, because it's not seen.
Right.
But you're not getting that good news over there. All you're getting is Khan in a XXL t-shirt. You know? That's it. When you look at these other camps, they don't give you the bitter. Hassad, they don't give you the bitter. Yeah. You go there, if we were to go to one of these t-shirt fringe camps, we would get t-shirts, boots, rank, classroom, wife, you know? Yep. The whole 9, that's all sweet. And then now, and pride is something easy. Pride is easy, man. It's easy to be proud. You could just simply just fall into this, you know? What you gonna say, bro?
I believe one of the brothers put out a lesson, and a member of Sakari was getting on him because he was coming up and borrowing money, and the brother would ask him for the money back. He would say, "Nah, it's brother."
Yeah, Sergeant Berserk.
Yeah.
I've been had your fucking number years ago. This brother's my witness.
Yeah.
I had his the spirit. I had his number years ago.
Yeah.
Ben had it out. I got a video of this dude nodding off on the couch. I'm like, bro, that's opioid. That's like you know what I mean, when you
dozing off like that, drooling and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
So you don't know the level.
That's not regular sleepy.
Okay, these guys, just because you fast, you pray, you fear, don't mean they do the same. But they had the form of godliness. But yeah, that guy, we been knew about him. So there's a lot of skeleton. Man, Matthew 23, it said you peer, but inward is dead man's bones. So the dead man bones are now being exposed, man. Guys are being exposed. So this Hebrew Israelite thing that a lot of people are in, a lot of them are gonna denounce it soon because they were only here for the sweet, but they're not here for the bitter. Mark 4 goes into that. What do we got?
2 Peter chapter 2 and verse 1, and it reads, but there were false prophets.
Yep, thank you. There's false prophets, okay? There are false prophets that are legitimately out here. Nathaniel, there used to be the NYPD detective, that's a false prophet. And every single man under him is a false prophet, okay? When you look at Naquam, all right, Adam Abbott, that's a false prophet. So, brother, if you a brother, Amos, maybe you need to read the book of Amos, man. Okay, those guys are false prophets. The GOZs, the BOWs, the AOC.
General Yohana.
Thank you, General Yohana. Just the other day, the Spirit had me go and revisit all the ISBK telling you to take the jump shot.
Yep.
Because you want to treat life like a game, you know?
Man.
What you got, Credit Sabah? You had something?
Yeah, the scripture you were talking about. This is Matthew 23 and
Perfect.
27. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees.
It says, whoa, brother.
Instruction.
That means that you're not effing scared. When I heard Elder Pastor Har say that Deacon Khan Hassad are elect,
Yeah.
bro, that scared me.
That's scary.
You know, because we all are fighting too, you know? This flesh be trying to drag us down, man. You know? That's why we truly rely on the Spirit at the end of the day. Because I'll give you another example. I woke up at like 6 this morning. Guess what my flesh said? I don't want to go to camp. And guess what I replied back in the Spirit? It don't matter if you don't want to go. See, you don't have to listen. You don't have to listen what the fuck this body be thinking at times. You don't gotta believe it. And then now, though, for the rest of these hours, as you're getting ready, you're in this I didn't want to go spirit. That's the flesh. You know what that nigga Drake say? I don't want to go there, right?
Yeah.
Because he's a flesh bot. He's supposed to do that. Your job is supposed to deny it, not give into it. That one of the biggest things that was a revelation to me outside of all of this, when I first came in, is when I was told my thoughts are my thoughts. I'm like, what? I've been thinking this was me. Exactly. That's how Satan works. Keep going.
Woe unto you. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 23, verse 27.
Yep.
Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees.
So you got wicked scribes out here. Like a wicked scribe would be that Effeminate that used to be in Sakari, Philly. Now he was used to expose who now became an Effeminate, Alizé.
Sure.
I'm not even respecting you to
Right.
call you by your Hebrew name, man.
Right.
Okay? I'm not even gonna respect you enough to call you by the name that you should be called as being a Hebrew Israelite man, and at that a priest. We can't even do that now, you know? Keep going. Oh, he going back to the scribe, what did he do? He was charging for the giving you a Hebrew name.
Yeah, yeah.
I got my Hebrew
Yeah.
name, Gabar War, humbly speaking. I got my name from Elder Apostle Tahar and Elder Apostle Ramla, a beloved brother from the GMS New York camp. All right, like 8 years ago when I was messaging, like, I want to go out, I wanted this, he said, you should come down to New York first. So I was able to save up, got some money together, and bought a one-way Greyhound ticket and got in New York City at 7 a.m. They didn't camp till 2.
Damn.
I got New York City at 7 a.m., bro, and stood outside like this, waiting,
Man.
and went through the whole camp. Didn't get done till like 9 or 10 o'clock. I had a sub in my book bag, the same book bag I got now. And I never ate it once because I was being fed in the spirit at camp. Had the big afro and everything. You can actually see me at one of their things. I found it.
At the camp.
You know? So we're not lying. We're not lying, man.
Yep.
There's so many fucking liars out here. It's crazy. There's so many jakes that truly don't respect or fear who you should respect and fear the most. It said, Yahushua said, don't fear him that could kill the body, fear him that could kill both souls, you know? So I got my name from the elders. I didn't have to pay for it, but me being able to go down there, showing diligence is what led to that. You're supposed to show diligence. You're not supposed to just be carried along, because that's what these other camps are. When you look at them, they give you the precept package. Now you don't gotta highlight. Now you don't gotta study. No, you don't gotta search. They present everything before you.
Yep.
So they're literally putting you in a trick bag.
Yeah.
You know? They're making it too easy for you.
Yeah.
And that's not a good thing. So you're not really showing who's sincere, who really wants to be here. It's it. You know, just show up, shalom. You know, shalom.
Yeah.
Right?
They want that sweet. You know?
Sweet's not good. Hey, this year at Passover, I took an extra portion of bitter herb.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. That's right.
And because the first one wasn't as bitter because we've been fucking going through bitter all year, man. But this ain't a sob story. This ain't a guess what happened to me this week. It is what it is. Fiery trial of faith. That's all what is a part of the walk. But then you got other guys, the minute something happens, everyone's supposed to stop and fast now. I remember the first time Deacon's page got taken down. Nigga, join the club. There's a reason why there's an 8 after a brother's channel on GMS. Because this is his 8th channel.
Right.
Do you know they burned Jeremiah's books?
Right.
So, You know?
Yep.
Our first channel, GMS Sab Assembly, we had over 10,000 subscribers. We've just now barely reached 1,000. So what's that tell you? 9,000 of them wasn't fucking worthy, man.
Right.
And we ain't fret. Hurry, hurry, put the cash chat. Super chat.
Yeah.
We out here for our own salvation. Keep going, brother.
Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites.
Actors. When you go into the Greek word for actor, it actually goes into the hypocrite. So these guys are acting a part.
Wow.
You turn live on, yep, read, yeah, Deuteronomy. It's an act. It's a fucking act.
They like sincerity, man.
Yep, there it is. And that's John 4.
Right.
You know, we could quote it, the hour coming now is when the true worshiper shall worship the Father in spirit and truth.
That's right.
And he seeketh such to do so because the Father is a spirit. So you ain't being sincere, you're only fooling yourself. Not me, not this brother, not that, not YouTube world. You're only fooling yourself, man.
Right.
So keep yelling Khan with a fucking cigarette in your mouth and fringes on your waist.
Oh, it says that he deceived himself.
Yep.
He think that he's something.
Yep.
When he's nothing.
Yep.
You know?
I'm constantly checking on myself, you know? Because you got to. Keep going. And then the people of Israel got y'all snared too. Like going back to that young child Hassad, he said, oh man, I'm getting married. Like the people made you think you were something,
Yep.
then you believed it. Like when Fopi said, I'm sorry, when Fopi said, he said, I call myself an elder because they call me
Right,
one.
yep.
Well, what if they called you the B word?
Right.
Would you call yourself that? People call me an elder. Hey, look, we're young men. Now, this portion the Lord gives us in our spirit, that's the Lord. But we're not putting ourselves like, double, no. But there are times where people, based on the lesson or the exhortation that they got through the Rakakwadash, they look at you in a position as an elder, you know, or a big bro. But we're not self-glorifying. I'm not an elder. I may be a camp head, but I'm not putting myself as an elder because I'm still fighting too. And that's the best really place you want to be, and with somebody training you. You always want to constantly feel hungry. Keep fighting, keep going, it ain't over. The first time I went to camp, the brother from Cleveland, he ain't say, a mighty camp, all praises. He said, hey, now you got to keep going. See?
Yeah.
It's a way big different message that you're getting through the Rakakwadash compared to the belly of men.
For ye are like unto whited
Sepulchres,
sepulchres,
yeah,
which is like a grave.
yeah, exactly, a nice one.
Yeah.
You know, a nice one though. Like, you know, when you ever drive by, you'll see certain cemeteries that Esau got. It's all set up nice.
Yeah.
And you know what you always see in a cemetery that Esau got? Freemason emblems. You
Yeah.
always see that. And let me also add, I'm gonna keep riding off that, okay? Because I don't know if I mentioned the elder from Chicago did a lesson saying how Genesis is a Freemason organization. Now, this brother's my witness. Like 2 weeks ago, I kept going into Freemasonry.
Yeah.
Remember, I kept talking about it, and now it's coming out.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So why do all these cemeteries be having that compass? And then what we found out is, if you really want to be, and the elder said it, if you really want to be successful in Babylon, you have to go through some form of a fraternity, which is, they start you off in college. Every basketball player, for the most, is a fucking Freemason.
Yep.
Shaq, LeBron, they're all set up. They set you up. So any black excellent leader that you see out here smiling with a fucking suit on, more than likely charges his ass up at a lodge.
Yep.
He goes back to the lodge, fucking probably sleeps like this. You know what I mean? They're all Masons, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Meaning a secret society. Going back to the secret society, which I gotta be careful, because Wikipedia is gonna correct me.
Right.
Fuck y'all. But
Right.
going back to that, just like IUIC, what the Masons do, they believe in a supreme being, but they don't ever tell you the name. IUIC believes in a supreme being, but they don't tell you the name. And then, just like Masonry, they push brotherhood in marriage. And the community. Who does that?
Masons.
IUIC does
Right,
that.
excuse me, IUIC,
IUIC,
right.
they do the same
Right.
thing. So it makes you wonder why they're always doing these hand gestures. And then I happen to come across No Jumper taking a picture with Adonis Alizé, and the nigga was doing the fucking Capleton shit. You know? The Pisces, the Vesica Pisces, I think it's called.
That diamond shit. when
Not
they do it?
the other one, but basically,
Okay,
yeah,
yeah.
you know all that
Yeah.
shit. So these guys, even though Jumper, the nigga that talk like this, so
Yeah.
what you think?
Yeah.
That nigga's a Mason,
Yeah.
okay?
Yep.
Young Thug, Masons. You want to be a detective at NYPD? You gotta be of a fraternity, bro.
Got to.
Then what's up with the the triangled aprons and garments?
Yep.
Sellouts, man. Those just two demons. They should just fight.
That's what you talking about, bro?
No, I'll show you. But let me see. Yeah. But then they put their hands like it.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Yeah.
But then they do that. You know. You could put hand gestures. Where we at?
I got a couple.
Okay.
Real quick, this is Galatians 6:3, and I got 2 Peter still, and John.
Didn't the elders tell us that Edomite men in suits came to the One West school with a blank check?
Yeah. Yep.
Happened before, happened again. So you gotta watch out for guys that got all these logos, brandings. Fucking, you got hoodies, pens, hats, socks. Socks, my nigga?
Come on. Man, got so many precepts. This is Matthew 7 and verse, let's see here.
Yep, 15 is it?
Yep, and verse 15. Verse 15, it says, beware of false prophets, right? It says, beware of false prophets. That's why the scriptures say, be circumspect, be vigilant, because you got niggas out here that are taking advantage of the sheep.
Yep.
Yep,
legitimately. With a smile on, too. With a straight up smile.
Yes.
You gotta watch these guys, man.
And
They've been set up.
Right.
Just like going back, I keep thinking about Shaq and his big ass ring that he showed when he was on the ESPN.
Yeah, he was faulting that shit.
You gotta be linked in, bro. You gotta be linked in. To get any real form of success in Babylon, you gotta be it's not what you know, it's who you know.
Right.
That's why it's not about talent. They make you think that they got something called an industry plant.
Yep.
Young Thug is an industry plant.
Yep.
And also a Mason. Polite's a Mason.
Yeah, hell yeah, bro. And it reads.
You just got levels to it.
Yeah.
That's all. You just got levels to it.
Yeah.
You got it.
And it reads, beware of false prophets.
All right. Now, so how you beware of them? First, you got to have the right doctrine.
Yeah.
First, you got to know what to look for. So this whole thing, man, like, it could bug you out because you're at the epitome of truth. This is the epitome of truth, man. Okay, this is where you literally gotta fight Satan so you don't bug out. That's how deep this thing is. You found out someone's a Mason, now you can't be paranoid and think everybody Masons.
Right.
This one Jake came by us years ago, he said, Pyramid, pyramid, pyramid.
Yeah.
Bugging out, because that Babylon, it's set up to bug you out. It's so deep, like what's that game?
Yeah, well, that's Spirit. Well, Michael Douglas.
Thank
It's
you.
called The Game.
Everybody's an insider.
Yeah.
I seen a video, the ref was doing a Canorto.
Yep.
It's all rigged.
Yep.
It's a rigged system.
Yeah.
So if you're not with the Lord, man, they're going to get you one way or another.
Yeah.
You have testimony. This one dude said he got too deep and then he'd come home and he'd find weird shit. Like the batteries are outside of the remote. Like they were showing you how close we are.
Yeah, exactly. It's like the movie Eyes Wide Shut. What's that, Tom Cruise?
Yeah, thank you.
And like in order to be, like you said, high up in society, like a doctor, a judge, whatever, you have to be a Mason.
Thank you.
You have to sell out.
You actually have to say certain things in the courtroom to get off from the judge.
Yeah.
And we found out there's certain phrases you say in a bank to get a better loan from them. And it's through Amalek. Yep, I can tell you about it later. So there's all types of shit in this system that's linked in that you got to be watching out for. There's a reason why they're called grievous wolves. There's a reason,
Man. And Matthew 7:15, beware of false prophets which come to you in sheep's clothing.
And that sheep's clothing is that matching apparel.
Yeah.
And one thing you always hear him say is guys in purple and gold. Well, purple and gold is also a masonry color.
Yep.
And so is green and gold. Those are both Masonic colored coordinations. Okay?
And it reads, but inwardly they are ravening wolves.
Spiritually. Going back to Sergeant Berserk. That's just because then you also just got niggas too.
Yeah.
Don't get it. You just got demonic niggas too.
Yeah.
But then you got ex-NFL players in this thing.
Yep.
But even within that, it's a fraternity. Not saying just because you win the NFL, none of that. But just don't be simple. But you also got to question certain things, And then the biggest thing is they don't have a problem being amongst you acting so-called holy. The scripture said that they would showcase themselves as men of the Lord.
Right.
This is a real thing you're involved in.
That's right. Back in 2 Peter chapter 2 and verse 1, but there were false prophets.
I remember when we were on St. Paul years ago. St. Paul in Division, this fucking light, bright, excuse my language, but this light, bright, smooth-faced Jake,
Yeah.
he jumped out the car so quick, bro, you thought he knew us.
Yeah.
And when he jumped up, he immediately did the Pisces to us. And we started rebuking him. Every hand gesture he did, we were calling out. And we let him, we not a sellout.
Yeah.
Because sellouts are in the churches. I watched the Prince Hall Masonry. It was a mother effing pastor. Had the whole shit on, the apron. He had an apron on, he ain't cooking. He said, oil, bitch, you cooking? He had all this on.
Yep.
And he had no problem letting you know he was a Christian pastor. So you want to spot a sellout? Go to a local church.
Yeah.
Your local businessmen.
Yeah.
Your local black excellent leaders actually a worshipful master. That's what they call them, worshipful masters. You know, camp heads on the left-hand side.
Man.
All right, and we're gonna keep putting curses on you wicked niggas too.
That's right.
All right.
That's right.
So He watching us, the Lord watching you. We're not fucking afraid of the left-hand side. We on the right side.
That's right.
The fuck? Shalak Mashapatiyim on you wicked ass people.
That's right.
We got the Lord. Alicia said more with us than with them.
That's right.
Don't be afraid of these guys, man. Don't be afraid of them.
Real.
They can't do nothing to us. This is all the will of the Lord. And then they're gonna have shame in the kingdom.
2 Peter 2 and verse 1. It says, but there were false prophets also among the people, even as there shall be false teachers among you.
Boom. So now there's false teachers. You as a Hebrew Israelite that have now woken up, have you self-identified these, what did it say? False teachers?
Yeah, yep.
Have you identified them false teachers? What was that? 2 Peter's what?
2 Peter chapter 2 and verse 1.
Let's look at it in blue letter for the word false. 2 Peter's, one more time, please. I'm sorry.
2 Peter chapter 2 and verse 1.
Thank you. Let's go into this word false. Oh, cause
That bitch left.
she better. Nah, I mean, you know. Oh, it says they hate light.
Yeah.
We ain't even talking about you, girl.
Yeah.
Okay, just go ahead. It goes in a false teacher. Oh, lying, deceitful,
Wow.
false.
Wow.
So they're lying and they're deceitful because they're false, man. And we're gonna have to get Jeremiah 23. We can start at 7. Once it comes to it.
Yep.
You know, we like to have a kind of a foundational precepts, if you will. You kind of have a direction where you want to go.
Yeah.
And then the Spirit just takes over, you know?
And it reads,
Because Jesus don't take our will.
right, hell no. 2 Peter 2 and 1, and it reads,
And what is this, brother, you gave me?
can I do salt?
Celtic?
Yeah, Celtic salt.
Yeah, take heed. I'm not going to say nothing. Just
That's real good salt.
just
too.
watch what I'm doing, brothers.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
That's real good salt.
They can't, I seen a video of a woman, she was being shadow banned, so she had to talk about her dog while she was, while you had to read she was putting up paper of what she was trying to tell you, but while she was telling you, she was talking about her dog. So there's a lot of truth in being shadow banned right now.
Yeah.
It's got 82 minerals in it.
They're perfect. So you see what I'm doing, brothers? You know?
Right.
We can talk about it too, but I gotta charge you $500 a month.
A month. That's fucking crazy. Bro.
Oh, going back to when you brought up about that demon, the extorter.
Yeah.
That he also said the only time he talked to Alizé on the phone, it was because he paid for it. And when he was talking to him, he wasn't even being sincere with him.
Wow.
So there's shit that goes on behind the camera. What did they say? What was that show? Behind the music.
Behind the music.
Behind the music.
TV? Yeah, yep.
So there's shit that happens behind the cameras, man.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And the
That's
sheep,
wild.
yeah. Because we really are jacked up. You can't be. So when people are giving money, that's coming from a good place. I'm getting pissed. That's coming from a good place. And for them to eat them up like that, man.
He would say, "Oh, my rent is due." He would say, "Oh, my rent is due," and give him money for his rent and come in with new sneakers or a new watch.
Yep, new watch. Yep.
fucked up,
Do
man.
it for your sergeant. Fuck out of here.
And then he say, "Yo, what happened?" He say, "Yo, that's armed, brother."
Yep.
Wow.
That's wicked.
2 Peter 2 and 1, and it reads, who privily shall bring in damnable heresies.
Like, remember they were joking that on the movie Don't Drink Juice in the Hood? He said, don't ask no questions.
Yeah.
Why the pastor gotta have a new house?
Yeah.
Why he gotta have a new car? And with that little fucking demon, Alizé, he was showing off his Hellcats.
Yeah.
This nigga had a nerve to say Hebrew and a Hellcat. When you look at the definition of a Hellcat, it goes back to a demon. You know?
Man,
So you should have stayed your nasty ass in the streets of Tacoma, nigga.
Man. And it reads, bringing damnable heresies.
Yeah, let's go into them. What is that? Isaiah 34:16, she shall not want her mate.
Yeah.
So this guy, you went into the NLT because he's a reprobate, and he said it's talking about vulture coochie.
That's pretty.
I'm just saying,
Ridiculous.
you know?
Well, it says in the last days, men shall wax worse and worse.
Yeah, and we've seen that.
You know,
we've seen that.
It's like that movie, Amityville Horror. You know, demons kept hopping off him, hopping on him, but every time the demons hopped on him, he got worse.
Saul.
Yeah, there you go. You know, that's probably where you get that, that movie from. You know,
which I think that was a true story.
It is actually.
Yeah, see, so what does that prove, brother? Demonic attacks are real. You got full-blown demons around us. That's why we exhort brothers and especially sisters, and watch where the fuck you're around, man.
Yeah.
You sisters know you simple. You need to be led.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Sit down. Okay, I'm sitting down. Yeah, sit. I'm on my way. Because with Satan, what we always talk about, Satan, he works in chaos.
Yeah.
It's going too quick. Everybody, because pandemonium.
Yep.
All demonium, demons. So Satan works in confusion of uproar and yelling. You gotta slow down. Okay, now we can isolate and handle things.
That's why they say it happens so fast,
Thank you.
quick.
Thank you.
You know, the devil made me do it.
Exactly.
Which is true.
Yeah.
That's how Satan operates under, like you just said, confusion. You know, because the Most High is not the author of confusion. The Most High is about righteous order. You know, but Satan, he's about, unrighteous order.
Yeah.
You know? And it reads...
Oh, and going back to Satan and unrighteous order, which further proves if you're really successful in Babylon through the business and you haven't been hit by the feds or tax, certain in particular things, because you can still kind of wiggle.
Yeah.
But for the most part, you got to sell out. And what proves that is Satan told Yahushua, you can have all this if you worship me. So if you got all this, that's because you worship Satan.
Yeah.
You're doing something for Satan. I watched the detective, Nathaniel, I watched him face the east and pray in the name of Jesus and threw up the Conorto.
Have I seen that too?
I watched it. What you got, bro?
This is the book of Luke, chapter 11, verse 24. When the unclean spirit is gone out of a man,
Perfect.
he walketh through dry places.
So right now, you got to understand, there are demons round about. Okay? This is how they operate. They need to be in something. Okay? We're not going to go too deep in how the aspect of the left hand works on earth, but we do know, like in Job, it says Satan was going to and fro.
Yep.
So there's 1 John 5, the whole world lieth in wickedness. In the movie Fallen with the Denzel,
Yep.
that nigga who just got converted to Christianity. But in that movie Fallen, it shows you how demons you seen it? How they operate.
Yeah.
You know, that's why like we wasn't debating, but we were heading to camp years ago, and it was like Jehovah Witness, whoever who stands out there.
Yeah.
And she tried to put her hand on me. Touch me, man. You don't need to touch me. Yeah. You don't gotta touch me. Not that it's not that saying we're not protected, but at the same time, we don't tempt the Lord.
Yeah.
You know? Like certain shit, like even last night when I was looking at my spirit said, okay, that's enough. You got enough you need. It's too much. It was too much demonic symbols, too much. I was like, okay, I'm good. Let me put this down. Let me read a little bit, go to sleep, pray. Because if you try to get too involved with shit, something could leave with you.
Yeah.
Like they show you movies that says something came back with them.
Yeah.
You know?
Hell, that's a real thing, man. It's a word out here that we can't see.
Yep.
You know?
Yep. That's why you need the armor.
That's right.
That's why you need the armor and not the whole armor from fucking Deacon Akai. Here it is, he's selling you a shirt that says the whole armor, but he's not teaching you how to have the whole armor.
Right. Well, what did he say? He said he's selling hope. How do you sell hope?
Yeah. He said,
come on, man.
He said he stopped selling dope and now he just sells hope.
That's fucking...
Why are you selling hope?
Yeah.
Why are you even selling it, nigger?
Selling hope?
And then I seen
that's a reprobate statement.
He had his little Bibles and he was like holding it like Jake do with money.
Wow, man.
And I thought about it. I remember a couple years ago I used to buy stones and crystals off this Jake. He would like try to sell it to me like dime bags of weed. I'm like, bro, you got amethyst or not? You know what I mean? Like, shit, when you get 3 more amethysts, and then for the dub, I'll give you this calcilite. Like, nigga, bro, come on. You gotta watch Jake. There's a nigga demon. There's a nigga demon that you gotta watch with Jake. He puts the scriptures all on his arm. Somebody smacked the fuck out of him.
Niggas with Bibles, man.
Yeah, Jake is uncircumcised.
Yeah, there it is, bro.
Yep.
Because I be feeling like Nehemiah, man. You know, not saying I am, but you get like, meaning you're at the point where now you know hands need to be put on them. Tables need to be flipped because they're not listening. And then they use the excuse, I repented. So now I could just still be out here like nothing.
Right, that's like the ancient time. You know, wicked Jakes, they were sinning willfully and then go
Sacrifice.
sacrifice.
Yep.
You see, that's how niggas are today, man. You know, so it makes sense why Jakes like that don't acknowledge Yahweh Shai. You know, they just out here, doing all kinds of wickedness.
So you have to know that niggas is a part of the walk.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you have to. It's like, remember when Dave Chappelle made that skit? If the internet was in real life,
Yeah.
and he's walking through and there's pop-up. Well, that's like you, and it's true. You have to understand you're gonna have pop-up niggas.
Yep.
You're gonna have people that are telling you, I'm not lying, click here, and now it's a virus. Like, you gotta realize that, man. Where are we at though?
2 Peter, then I still had John.
Okay.
I know the brother. You still have
What
that
you had, brother?
precept.
I had Luke.
You finish that.
Okay. When the unclean spirit is gone out of a man, he walketh through dry places seeking rest, and finding none, he saith, I will return unto my house whence I came out. And
So you know what that means? Please keep reading. That's my fault.
And when he cometh, he findeth it swept and garnished.
So we all had demons on us. I know I had fucking demons on me.
Yep,
Okay,
yep,
I was a
yep.
piece of shit in the world.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, we still had some form of light, but we were unclean.
Yeah.
So then now the demons get off you. So now when they come back, they're gonna come back in a form of an army and overtake you. Watch, keep reading. If you're not of the elect.
Then goeth he and taketh him 7 other spirits,
Complete
more
legion.
wicked than himself.
Yep.
And they enter in and dwell there, and the last state of that man is worse than the first.
So you look at Alizé as an example of now he's worse. He's worse than when he was even coming from the world. And now you're so through, you're not trying to get cleansed.
Right.
You know, this thing is about constantly cleansing, having a spiritual cleansing. That's why fasting, like I gotta fast more.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be a hypocrite. I have to fast more, fasting more, anointing more. These are spiritual things you have to do to combat what we are surrounded in.
Yeah.
And we're surrounded by wickedness. We're surrounded by evil. You as a man have to look and realize there are people around you that don't give a shit about your salvation. And a B word will open her legs and don't care that she's an adulterer or she's on her cycle.
And that's Satan.
And then she'll say, just pretend.
Yep.
Just pretend I'm not on my cycle.
Fuck out of here, man.
Serious.
It says when you come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
Yep.
So every day Satan, he's waiting, rubbing his hands like this, waiting to attack.
Yep.
But like we said earlier, be circumspect, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, seeketh about whom he trying to devour.
Yep. What you got?
Oh, excuse me. Back in 2 Peter, then I got this still in John.
Yeah.
2 Peter 2 and verse 1, and it reads, who privily shall bring in damnable heresies, even denying the Lord that brought them, and bring upon themselves swift destruction.
And in that situation, that came real swift.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's a sign. Then you had the blood moon on the Passover.
Yeah. Yep.
And then Missouri got hit with a crazy tornado.
Yep.
Things are,
Yeah. They even had real high winds out there in Texas, knocking off big rigs, man.
See?
Things
are really happening. And Daniel, partly strong, partly weak.
Yes, right.
Going into the EU now.
Yep.
The EU's in conversation. Russia's constantly. There's things that are legitimately happening out in the world and within Jerusalem.
Right.
You have to realize we are collectively Jerusalem, and now the Lord has raised up prophets in the midst. And Israel, if they could, they'd kill us, man.
Yeah.
They'd kill us. I know it, bro. I know they would. I said they'd probably kill me if I was there.
Yeah. Well, them scoffing at us is them killing us today.
Yep.
Them, trying to report videos and things of that nature. That's them killing us.
Yep, striking.
Yeah, striking.
When your video gets striked, you get struck like the prophets.
Yeah, man.
And it came out information about Barabbas. He was actually a member of the Zealots, and if not just the Zealots, Sakari. So now Israel just chose Barabbas all over again, right in the time of the Passover.
Wow.
Right in the same time of the Passover, Israel openly. And you know who mainly was saying still my chief? The woman. Stay the fuck away from the opinion of the woman.
Yep.
She does not know what the fuck is going on. You don't know. Shh.
Yep.
Be quiet. That is the problem with our people. No one is being a role player.
Yep.
Be the role player. What do you say? Know your role and shut your mouth.
That's right.
You know?
That's right.
What do you got?
Go back in John.
What was that, 15?
Yeah.
No, now go to Jeremiah 23 and start at 7,
Gotcha,
please.
Gotcha.
Please.
This is the book of Jeremiah.
The
chapter-
Spirit is turning up on judgment, man.
Yeah.
The Spirit is letting you know judgment is coming for Jake. Are you ready? Are you preparing yourself? Are you really locked in? Do you really love me?
That's right.
Is this really your phone number?
It said judgment got to begin at the house.
Yep.
You know?
And it hit a priest. So hopefully it bounces off the priest and hits the bishop.
That's right. All right. This is Jeremiah 23 and verse 7.
Yeah.
It says, therefore, behold, the days come, said the Lord, that they shall no more say, the Lord liveth, which brought the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt.
So we're waiting for this prophecy to be fulfilled. We just celebrated the Passover.
That's right.
So we're not waiting for it to be fulfilled where we're delivered out of here. And then the new Passover in the kingdom, it's not just going to be of the deliverance from Egypt, but from where? The North Country.
That's right.
Which is what? North America. When you look at the doctrine, like it says in Acts, the apostles' doctrine, when you look at it compared to other camps, the great millstone doctrine understanding is very easy to receive, if you will. But in emotion, Deuteronomy 22, they can't have that. These guys are complicating the simplicity in Yahushua.
Yeah.
It's so simple.
Because they're wicked.
When you look, guess what? I'm gonna ask you, brother. So you celebrate the Passover Thursday to Friday, right?
Right.
So if that was literally 2,000 years ago, did Yahushua celebrate the Passover the same day you did or we did?
Yeah.
Nope.
Nope.
On that last Passover, he celebrated it on the day of preparation, which was the day prior. That's why he was literally the sacrificial lamb.
Right.
And when he got sacrificed that night, they went and celebrated their Passover.
Yep.
So that cuts right there. So that's why I said he's a high priest. This was a shadow of things to come. See? So even that shows you the level of authority Yahushua has compared to the authority of the law,
That's right.
which these guys are caught up in. That's
So they celebrated the Passover the day before in preparation for his sacrifice.
yes, for him being sacrificed or crucified.
Yeah.
Because fulfilling prophecy, he wasn't able to celebrate the Passover at sundown because he already passed at 3 p.m.
Yeah.
They already took him. So he held it the night before with his men. Then Judas left, betrayed him. Then they came and arrested him. And then that was Peter far off. According to Zechariah, he had the shepherd had to get smitten. That's why Peter denied him. It was all prophecy, you know?
That's right.
So that's high level, man. Even their scholars tell you, they say, scholars say that who you know as Jesus, his last Passover wasn't the traditional Passover with Israel. You know? That's high level, man. That show you right there, you know? So Thursday at 3, while you were still getting ready for sundown, Yahushua already was crucified. It's high level, man.
I got a quick precept.
Yeah.
Going about Barabbas, you know.
Yeah.
This is Matthew 27 and verse, let's see here, verse 20.
Which Barabbas, I believe it just means son of a father or something.
Ah.
Yeah. Bar, like bar, ban.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So it'd probably be like Ban Abbas.
Bon Abbas.
You know what I mean? Abba,
Right.
father, Ban, son. If you actually, because we know Paul's name wasn't Paul, Peter wasn't Peter, so on, you
Right.
know? So I think it would be in the Hebrew, Ban Abba, something like that. It don't matter. He's a demon nigga anyways.
Right. This is the book of Matthew 27 and verse,
And then you had another Barnabas in Acts 4 and 36. He was a Levite, but he was a brother, you know?
that's right.
So you got to be careful when you put up one word, you got to know the context. The Barabbas in the time of Yahushua was a demon nigga.
Yep.
And the Barabbas in the time of Acts 4, that was a brother.
That's right. Matthew 27 and verse 20, excuse me, and it reads, but the chief priests and elders persuaded the multitude.
This is why you have guys calling themselves chief priests. You know, when he came to Alizé came to the apostles, and he called him high priest, and
Yeah.
then Alizé corrected. Listen, our elders and apostles are men of wisdom.
Yeah.
Don't step up there, bro. Be humble, because the Lord, I'm telling you, the Lord, he when he's dealing with his men, you get confounded. But the elder pastor called him high priest, and he said, "No, chief, dummy,
Right.
you dumb
Right.
stupid nigga. You didn't see what he just did to you? It was like the movie Casino. You didn't know that he was working you?
Right.
You mean to tell me you didn't know after the third jackpot he wasn't fucking playing you?
Right.
You idiots."
Come on, man. That proves he's so caught up in his head.
Yes.
You know, he think himself to be something when he's nothing.
That's why it says wisdom's better than weapons of war.
Right. Hey, dummy. And it reads, Matthew 27 and verse 20, but the chief priest...
When they say too many chiefs, not enough Indians.
That's right. Right. But the chief priests and elders persuaded the multitude.
Persuaded the elders. I seen a video of Detective Nate. I'm gonna say that. Detective Nate,
man.
which he cost New York City a lot of money. You cost New York City a lot of money. You arrested those two poor innocent black men, and he did. He falsely arrested two Jakes that weren't even the description for a robbery, and they end up getting locked up, and they end up suing and winning because your ass lied on them, man. Okay? But read that again. I had a point.
Yep. Matthew 27 and verse 20.
Because there's just so much information, you know?
But the chief priests and elders
Yep.
persuaded the multitude.
Yeah, I watched a video of Detective Nathaniel Ray, and he said he was standing out there, and I think it might have been like GMS Jamaica or something, and he had a nerve. It was like, brother, it's like you standing here. He said, and then if you rape any one of these sisters here, I'm like, bro, this guy's literally trying to say that
Yeah.
brothers of GMS are actual rapists. Like you just see a woman and you and if you really believe that, you're a fucking simpleton, man.
Yeah.
You really and women know you like to be taken anyways.
Yeah.
A little rough. And one time when the brothers was debating that fucking robot from IHBK,
Yeah.
you had a Jake woman that was in the midst of their talk, and then out of her own mouth, she said, "Well, I did like when my husband was a little rough with me."
Yep.
So even the woman's nature lets you know what she likes from her man, okay? And you sisters know, we all grown here. You know what it is.
Yep.
But they're trying to use the law as an excuse to demonize men of the Lord when it was the elders and apostles that were the only ones that gave you the breakdown for this law.
Right.
Why didn't they go into it? It's very simple. It's so simple, you know? And then when you look at it, the law is set up to really deter it, but if it does happen, you gotta pay, which would be the equivalent today of $300,000.
That's a lot of
So you're not really wanting to do that,
Right.
but if you're so burned and it happens, well, guess what? You gotta pay now,
But have some money.
you know? And she better not been engaged. She
Yep.
better not, cause you get put to death. You know, you get put to death for that. So all they did was go into the law and explain it, and everybody lost their mind.
Man.
Y'all hate the law.
Yep.
And Hassad, I never liked you since soul food, nigga. Hassad, he showed that they choose what they want, because you were in Matthew 23. They show you where there's certain laws that they live by and others they don't. See? But it's the law with them, right?
Hypocrites.
Thank you.
Actors, man.
Thank you.
He said, I'm not going to eat that. It's disgusting. Well, it's not your choice not to eat it.
Now imagine a man like that in Jacob's trouble. He ain't gonna be a covert. He ain't gonna be a hiding place, you know?
Shameful, man.
So you sisters, man, shit. For real. A lot of you out here, you don't got a head, you don't got a covering. Jacob's trouble is gonna be rough. It's gonna get real, it's gonna stink. It's not gonna, you're gonna need a man of the Lord to have a level head.
That's right. It's going to be very bitter.
So if a man right now got his constellation, he's an Epicurean, and he already don't like the bitter now, Jacob trouble gonna be worse than that horseradish,
That's right.
you know? So keep eating romaine lettuce, which romaine goes back to Rome lettuce. So y'all just Epicureans in Rome. Y'all just on Mars Hill, man.
Tuh. Man. Back in Matthew 27 and verse 20, and it reads, persuaded the multitude that they should axe Barabbas and destroy Yahushua.
So the
Man.
Israelite leaders
Man.
said, choose Barabbas. You brothers, you kicking that brother when he's down. Well, fucking Deacon Asaph with the grocery bags under his eyes.
Yep.
You know, he looks